Good morning, good morning. Here we go again with another happy episode of Invisible Greatness. So, how do you start your mornings? Most people get up early, some don't, but with a cup of coffee. Some of us meditate when we first get up, try to get inner focus, get connected to that deeper part of ourselves. Some of us just run at a blazing redneck speed of get her done. That's like get in there, get your coffee, listen to the news, eat some breakfast, get all cleaned up, put your clothes on, and hit the road and make the day happen. I used to do that all the time too. And I found there's a better way. And it's tapping into that deeper side of yourself, that invisible greatness inside. And meditation is one of those tools that people think, oh, I'm sitting there doing nothing. But I got to tell you, you've got an inner connection that if you can start exercising that in the silence, getting quiet and quit listening to all the noisy chatter you got going on in your head. I can tell you right now, I look around out in this world and I see people so confused, so stressed out, so disconnected from everything, including themselves. And they wonder why the world is such a hellish place to have to work in. And the ones that seem to be happy, they've accomplished some level of running fast and not letting it catch up with them. But I don't see that as true happiness or success. When you can get up and feel loving, creative, connected, and you feel like you're going to give something to the world each and every day because you care. To me, that's being connected. To me, that's living inside of your invisible greatness. But that takes time to develop. It's a discipline, it's an insight, it's a need that until you get to that breaking point, most people just ignore and shove it away and think it's not important and not critical. But I got to tell you, I've been through some hellish stuff in my life, like all of us. And there were times that if I hadn't had that invisible greatness holding me up on the inside, I wouldn't be here, period. I mean, beyond a shadow of a doubt. And if I weren't around other people that had that element inside of them that could reach out and help me, that they cared over and above their own self, they seen a person suffering and they helped me stabilize so that I could get past and through that hard time, that hard situation. I mean, it could be, I've been through divorces. I've been through my mom and dad divorcing when I was only like 13, 14 years old. Whole world fell apart at an age when I was just trying to figure out who I was and what the world was even about. The two people that I thought knew everything were actually coming to me and losing it. I mean, I'll share this one story with you this morning, quick and fast. You know, 12, 13 years old, your mom and dad's getting divorced. Don't really know what's going on. I just know my dad couldn't show his emotions like he should. Mom was starving to death for being loved and seen. So she turned to alcohol to numb herself because she wasn't getting the nourishment she needed from her partner. And dad was too afraid to show how he really felt, so he hid behind silence and non-emotion, which was so bizarre because he actually had more emotions than most people. He just buried them. My mom, on the other hand, loved animals, plants, gardening, and she wanted to express herself. So he was drawn to her because of her energy that he didn't have. And she wanted a stable relationship and thought he could be loving. Then she come to find out that didn't work. But the reason I'm telling you this is at 13 years old, my dad walked into my bedroom one afternoon and fell down on the ground by my bed while I was sitting there and broke into a full-scale bawling, crying fit because he was getting divorced and he didn't know how to handle it. And I got to tell you, at that age, me seeing my father lose it right then and there in just a big ball of tears, that affects you. I mean, that was tough. I didn't know what to do with that. So it impacts your psyche, your emotional develop going forward, not having a stable home is so crucial to having a good, stable foundation to be able to make sense out of life. I didn't have any of that. It blew apart all at the seams. And when he was trying to figure that stuff out, my mom was over there abusing alcohol as much as she can. Many nights driving home, she'd been drinking, and I was in the front seat with her in a little 64 Plymouth car. And if it wasn't for me grabbing the steering wheel and keeping her on the road till we got to our house out in rural Kentucky, we'd been dead. And that happened on many occasions. And when you're that young and having to deal with those type of things, you grow up quick, but you're not emotionally grown up. So a lot of things get distorted, and it's hard. And I went through all of that, and I didn't do well. So I have a big spot in my heart for people and young people that need direction, and they need something that makes them feel valuable and seen and worthwhile. So, you know, I'm 65 years old. I'm no spring chicken, but I've been through a lot, and I've learned a lot, and a lot of things I didn't learn them as much as I could have. But now I'm at an age where I want to share. I want to help others. I want to be able to give people some insight so they don't run into that brick wall like I did, and show some compassion, love, and understanding for people that don't understand why they're basically torturing themselves and don't realize it. Because I did that for years. It's no way to live. It's no way to be. But hopefully through this channel and learning and studying about invisible greatness and how it can affect and influence your life for the better, if you allow it, if you can get out of the way and quit scripting based on what you're doing that ain't working, thinking you got to stick to it, and change your mindset, can make some great, fantastic changes, and you'll be better for it. But it's like a muscle you haven't used. It takes a while to get it going, but it's so, so worth it. And I'm here for you to bounce stuff off of me. You got issues, you got problems, you want some advice or insight, or you want to share, or you want to feel heard. That's what I'm here for. Because I didn't have that growing up in my life and through my formative teenage years up into my young adulthood. And that wasn't good for my emotional health. And I did a lot of acting out, not even knowing at the time I was even acting out over things that had happened to me, because I shoved all that down deep inside and tried to hide from it, act like it didn't affect me, when it affected me a lot. So anyway, hopefully you'll start your day with some good energy, good food, learning how to become healthier. That's another part of this channel. I'm going to share a lot of things that I do to make myself feel better, health stuff I've tried, how I'm experimenting with things, and maybe it'll help you. It's definitely helped me. But anyway, that's it for this episode. With much love, Wes.